Hello everybody, how are you doing? This video is a book recommendation video, and I'm going to introduce you to some books that are really fantastic and are my all-time favorites. This is my first time making these kind of videos, so if you like them, please let me know by subscribing to my channel and liking this video. So I'll make sure to make some more of these. These two are the ones that I'm currently reading. So the first one is called The Goldfinch, and this one's by Donna Tartt. She also wrote The Secret History, and so far I'm enjoying it. I've read this much, and I have this much to finish. So it is really long, but it's really nice, apart from the fact that it has some drug references. This book, I use this orange bookmark with a leaf attached. This is one of my favorite bookmarks. The second one is All the Light We Cannot See. This one is by Anthony DeWitt. It's also the winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, and it is a historical fiction about World War II. It is really interesting, and I'm halfway through this one. Page gripping, so to speak. So that's all for my current reads. Now, moving on to the all-time favourites. The first one, because it was the first in the pile, is Pride and Prejudice. I feel like this cover is pretty. It's just it could be prettier. Pride and Prejudice is written by Jane Austen. This is a classic. I love classic books. This is a romantic classic book. The reason I love this book so much is because I love the characters, especially Mr. Darcy, because he's so good. I'll just read you the back of the book. Elizabeth Bennet is young, clever, and attractive, so she's the main character, but her mother is a nightmare, and she and her 4 sisters are in dire need of financial security and escape in the shape of husbands. Okay, so it just basically says Mr. Bingley and arrogant Mr. Darcy comes to this town and something happens. Really nice one. The next one up is Dune by Frank Herbert. This movie, I think, is on Netflix, at least part 1. I didn't see part 2 in the cinemas because I was still reading the book when it got streamed, and I haven't read the second book of Dune, but I really like the first one. This one's really long as well. Frank Herbert is an American author. It kind of shows all the social class. It has war, love. It ponders over moral meanings and the social hierarchy and emperors and stuff, so it's really interesting. Although it's a long read, it's definitely worth it. Next one. One of Us is Lying. This is quite a recent book, and it is on Netflix, I think. I haven't really watched the movie, so I maybe should be doing that. It is written by Karen M. McManus. This is the first book that I have read of this author, and there's 2 or 3 more volumes of the series. I think it was made because the first one was too popular, and it is basically a murder, teenage crime mystery. Okay, I'll read you the back of the book. Yale hopeful Bronwyn has never publicly broken a rule. Sports star Cooper only knows what he's doing in the baseball diamond, but boy Nate is one misstep away from a life of crime. Prom queen Addie is holding together the cracks in a perfect life. And outsider Simon, creator of the notorious gossip app at Bayview High, won't ever talk about any of them again. He dies 24 hours before he can post their deepest secrets online. Investigators conclude it's no accident, all of them are suspects. So these 5 people are the most important characters of the book. And the chapter consists for example, one's Bronwyn, the next is Addie, the next is Cooper, and so on. I really like this one because it's the first crime book that I've read, and it's also really modern. It's based on America, but it's really, you can engage with it if you're a teenager. So definitely recommend it if you're a teenager and if you like reading murder mysteries. Next one. Lord of the Rings. You can see that this is like really tattered because I've read it so many times. I wouldn't be kidding if I said that this was my favorite book. I love Lord of the Rings so much. It's the first volume of Lord of the Rings. Actually, you should read The Hobbit before this, but this is like the official first volume of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And this is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. This one's like an all-time classic. Not a lot of people read it because they think the English is really hard or for whatever reason, but it's really worth reading. And if you're like someone into fantasy or like English, you should definitely read this one. You should read this. I feel like, yeah, I think the first one is the best. I liked all four I liked Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and these two as well. But I think the first one is the best. So yeah, and Tolkien also like made some really cool stuff like Elvish and like all those things, and like a map at the start, and there's so many poetry like when Bilbo was singing and stuff. So maybe the map's at the back. Yeah. See, this is just like pure genius. Wow. So that was all for my book tutorial and book recommendations today. If you like this video, please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!